Well, it's Sunday morning. We're back at the CycleKart workshop working on the Salmson CycleKart Kart Build. Let's get started. Okay, so Dennis put out a video recently of all the parts that just came in from Renegade CycleKarts. So we got most of the front suspension parts. I think we're missing some tie rod ends. And we got most of the rear suspension parts except for the spacer for the Peerless differential. So we're just about ready to get that going. A couple little pieces missing. This is the brake caliper we're using, and this is the Nerf dog, or what do you call it, Spider dog, Nerf dog, whatever the heck that calls, go-kart. I bought these used. These are the brackets. Mark's working on a bracket to retrofit this, but that's what that bracket looks like. So we'll be installing that once we get the differential spacer. And we're going to start installing some of the front suspension today. Dennis is working on this hoop he built. He took it in the other room. So the hoop is going to go here. We're going to work on some framing to put there. We're going to put a drop piece here for the steering. We're starting to get that installed. There's that steering bracket there from Renegade. And my dad and Stevie Joe are working on putting the front suspension on it now. And we're going to get building. We're installing the front suspension now. The U-bolts, we're going to put them all on the same before we do any tightening. So this has a little nipple on it. This goes inside this hole in the spring. Right here, this little hole in the spring. Nipple lines up. That aligns your axle. And you put your U-bolts on. We're going to get a power tool and tighten them up. So we're putting the Renegade spindles together. It comes with these little bronze oil light bushings. And these are pretty tight fit. You might need to freeze them or use something to press them in there. So we'll do that now. We'll get these pressed in. That one went in pretty easy. This other one is, there it goes. Okay. Very nice sleeve bolt. So our Renegade parts aren't quite fitting perfectly into this shackle, so I'm going to do some adjustment. I'm having trouble getting leverage on it, but we'll get there. See if that fits now. Hair more. Okay, so we ran into a couple little teething problems. So either we need to add a piece of metal here because we're interfering when the axle travels up and down. It was hitting the floor. So either we put a piece of metal up here, or we reconfigure our floor. I think what we're going to go ahead and do is reconfigure our floor to be flush. Get this out of the way. So we're going to reconfigure the floor to be flush at the front here. That'll give us our clearance, give us an extra inch of floor space. So this won't be quite so dramatic. The same bend is going to start back here and go forward. So I'm just going to remake these panels to do that. Not a big deal. Done it once, we can do it again. So we're talking about floors. You could have done this entire thing in plywood if you chose to. So a 1/4 inch plywood, 1/2 inch plywood, whatever you're comfortable with. We're using aluminum and metal. You could have done this entire thing in wood, a wooden box, just like Dennis did on number 27, and all the Stevenson CycleKarts are built with wooden boxes. The floor is wood, the sides are all wood together and screwed together. Perfectly valid way to do it. You don't have to go with metal work. So anyway, let's get back to fixing stuff.
Okay, so I'm working on this hoop here, which is the back of the seat rest, I guess you could say. I made it yesterday. I've cut it to length right here. I've got some marks that tell me how far, so that's level. Excuse me. I have my square here, so it's plumb. So the reason I did that is so I can measure here to make 2 little tabs to weld here, and then I'm going to weld down here and maybe up here also. And then I'm going to put some tabs on the inside here, similar to this, so that this comes off with the whole body. So next order of business is to make some tabs. So we want to make a little dash face here that's 4 inches high, made out of steel, so we can weld it to this hoop, and then that'll allow us a place to mount the bracket for the steering shaft. So I held this up there and we traced it, and now we're going to rough it out and then dry fit it and weld it in.
Alright guys, we had a bit of a day here. We had a little bit of going backwards to go forward. We had to rework the whole foot box, which we're still in the process of doing. When we discovered the front axle was hitting the foot box, and we're raising that up now. Instead of welding on that piece, we decided to omit that and just raise the whole floor up in the front so the axle will clear. We also welded in the dash, and that'll support the steering column, so that'll be the next thing we do. And we've also got additional supports behind the seat. This will support the body, so when you get in on the car, you can sit on here and safely, not damage anything. And that's all tied into this structure, so this is all removable from the car. It's not permanent on the frame, it's all bolted in. So like I said, we're reworking all these pieces of aluminum. All these pieces still got to be remade. So anyway, like I said, one step backwards, a few steps forward. And then also we had some issues with our tires. We had some holes in the inner tubes where our crack team of tire installers poked holes. We patched them, and those patches leaked. And they also found a socket inside one of the wheels. And these are now actually the folks who did that was the first time they've installed tires. I'm not sure exactly how a socket ended up inside the tire. There was a socket in there. Anyway, these sort of things happen when you're building a CycleKart. My son's laughing, that's why the camera's shaking. Alright, hey, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, ask questions, subscribe to Dennis Thomas's channel if you haven't already done so. Check out our Etsy site, we've got t-shirts on there. Go out in the garage and build something cool.